2015 was over a decade ago, and that's one thing which I still can't get over to this day. Like, ever since this year started, I can't get over the fact that 2015 is 10 years old now. 2015 was like the big point where I feel like it wasn't just like the best year of my childhood in my preference, it was also like the best year for generally everything, and I'm saying that as a future standpoint and everything like that. And yes, I know everybody's probably gonna say the year is subjective, like you can have your opinion about which year is preferably the best, but 2015 is my preferable year. Media in itself was beyond like just amazing. Like, you had different kinds of movies that were really exciting. You had video games that were just really exciting. Music that legit popped out as being like some of the best music for the decade. Also technology as well, like the iPhone 6 and 6S. The idea of all the technology that was coming out at the time, and then people, content creators. The entire thing of 2015 was a lot bigger than you think. I talked about the iPhone 6 and how it was like my favorite iPhone. One of the best phones for the time. I mean, it was definitely a different design, and it's certainly a phone which a lot of people remember, and it was the best selling iPhone of all time. It was such a great phone in such a way, and I even used this for a while, and I definitely could say it's a great iPhone. Like, more or less 2015 was the peak era of everything when it came down to music, media. Like, we had the Jurassic World reboot to the Jurassic Park series, which I would have to say is definitely one of the best films in the series. And then you also had the Five Nights at Freddy's games, you had the content creators coming up, you also had YouTube Rewind 2015. The best YouTube Rewind out of all of them. Like, it's the best one, and it sucks the fact that YouTube Rewind technically doesn't happen anymore, but the fact that 2020 was essentially the last one that happened. It just feels like 2015 was so jam-packed with so much good that came out in that year. I mean, there was other stuff that also happened. The fact that a lot of like states at that time, a lot of the main like gay marriages and LGBTQ stuff were starting to finally come out as being like, they were really starting to pump out that kind of stuff and really getting out there. The music was also great that year. Like, you had a bunch of different artists coming out, like The Weeknd, Ariana Grande. You also had like a bunch of big one-hit wonders like Cheerleader and Stay High. It was a massive peak year. Like, it was just, everything was great in 2015. It felt like a sort of a mixture of like when 2016 came next, it was definitely like the second peak with a bit of a side tangent that definitely showed it was like not going to be as good as it was. I remember I watched the episode of Pup Save a Merpup in 2015, which was the very first Paw Patrol episode I ever got into, and I actually say that it's still a good episode, along with the other episodes that do include those, at least the first 2 episodes that came out. And there was also some things which were just so much more of a peak. Like, I mean, again, content creation, the media that was coming out at the time. Like, one of the big things that was also peak at this time was Justin Bieber, who was 21 at the time, and had released his album in a few days by this point, in 10 years. Purpose. Better make up your mind, what do you mean? This was also the same year that Furious 7 came out, which essentially could be marked as one of the best Fast and Furious movies, with also the tribute towards Paul Walker, which just does it so well, and that film won so many awards for its ending. I really miss the fact that 2015 feels like everything was amazing, but it also felt really different as well. Like, it wasn't like a year where it just felt like it was the same things and so. It really feels like that 2015 was the year when just everything was so good and so much different that it actually felt like that you were actually having a massive joy in your life. I really wanted to talk about a lot of 2015 media. Like, I wanted to talk about a lot more than actually expected. I wanted to talk about something at least every month and then failed to do so, which is why I am kind of making this video, is because I really miss what 2015 had. Like Vine, iPhone 6s, and Samsung Galaxy S6s, and then you got like a bunch of like different like it felt like it actually mattered. And nowadays you can't even get that same feeling because of like just the modern way of like how just things were. I like the idea of looking back on the old media from 2015 and seeing exactly how it is. Like, I think some of the big things about it too is that like a lot of big things like came out of 2015 too, like the first Jurassic World movie, Furious 7, Currents by the Tame Impala, Justin Bieber's Purpose, Vine was at its biggest boom. You had 2015's YouTube Rewind. You had so much more that was involved in 2015 that feels like it was really meaning something. I mean, 2015 was like when everything felt like it was so peak, and that's what sucks is the fact that it's a decade ago, and it sucks to know that like 2015 is kind of gone at this point. Not in the same way, but you won't be able to experience that again. And that's kind of why I want to look at it in this year, because when everything just felt like it was perfect, it was just the perfect kind of combination to making an amazing year with amazing media, amazing content creation, amazing a lot of things that came up. I know there's some things that happened in 2015 that didn't really make the year so good either. The good things in that year really showed it as being a lot brighter. I'm gonna say thank you guys so much for watching this little, like, I guess video on 2015, which I wanted to get this started. I do want to talk about Justin Bieber's Purpose, so that'll be one of the next ones. I gotta listen to the album first, so I'll see you guys later when I do that. Bye.